Hollywood prostitute Divine Brown has written a book describing in lurid detail exactly what she did with Hugh Grant. The book sells for $25, but for $35, she'll show you. At the White House this week, President Clinton officially came out against same-sex marriages. What's more, the president said he is not too crazy about opposite-sex marriages either. A new FBI study shows that for the first time, Americans are more likely to be killed by a stranger than a loved one or acquaintance. Their advice? Introduce yourself to as many people as possible. The American Academy of Pediatrics has released an updated list of unsafe baby products. Topping the list this year is the really, 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 really high chair. Well, Dr. Jack Kevorkian was responsible for another death this week, this time a 58-year-old woman. She is the 26th of Kevorkian's patients to die since 1990. When are people going to realize he is not a good doctor? Do not go to this man. The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes. A new hangover-free vodka is on the market. Yeah, the ads claim that the 80-proof vodka is so pure, it's virtually headache-free. But before you run out and buy it, remember, it causes massive anal bleeding. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. The results are in for 1995, and once again, Microsoft CEO Bill Gates is the richest man in America. Gates says that he is grateful for his huge financial success, but it still makes him sad when he looks around and sees other people who have any money whatsoever. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, "Hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat." And in music news, #1 on the college charts this summer was Better Than Ezra. And at #2, Ezra. According to a controversial new biography, Elizabeth Taylor likes her lovemaking loud, rough, and frequent. Coincidentally, that's also how she likes to eat. Well, it's official. There you go. Michael Jordan is leaving baseball to return to basketball. It is unclear whether the media will now refer to him by his old basketball nickname, Air Jordan, or his more recent baseball nickname, Senior Crappy. In Walnut Creek, California, anyone who turns in his gun can get free therapy. And anyone who doesn't turn in his gun can get free anything. Well, earlier this week, actor Marlon Brando met with Jewish leaders to apologize for comments he made on Larry King Live. Among them that, quote, Hollywood is run by Jews. The Jewish leaders accepted the actor's apology and announced that Brando is now free to work again. At Virginia Commonwealth University, a professor is being sued following revelations that he spanked one of his students. It was the student's parents who first became suspicious when they asked, "What kind of marks are you getting?" And she replied, "Big red ones on my ass." So... Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Oh, I'm sorry, that should read, Yippee Jerry Rubin died last week. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. My mistake completely. Just, I didn't read it right. Former First Lady Nancy Reagan reports that her husband has been relaxing at their ranch, riding horses and chopping wood. Sadly, eyewitnesses report that he was actually riding wood and chopping horses. It was revealed this week that mass murderer Richard Speck, while serving a life term in prison, was videotaped with hormone-induced breasts, snorting cocaine, and having sex with a man. The film was apparently made with prison video equipment and a $300,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. Dr. James Watts, a neurosurgeon who performed the first frontal lobotomy, died this week in Washington. If you recall, a lobotomy involves drilling holes in the skull and then inserting and rotating a knife to destroy brain cells. What a genius. He'll be missed.
Try and crack your code every day, thinking about every word that we say.
World have ordered their ride, the extraterrestrial, to be shut down until it can be made scarier. When the attraction reopens in 2 weeks, it will be exactly the same, but missing 6 bolts. Last week, during his latest trial on charges of assisted suicide, Dr. Jack Kevorkian startled a Michigan courtroom when he stood up and shouted, "This is a lynching." Everyone turned to look, and sure enough, he just lynched some old guy. Garry Kasparov tied Deep Blue, the IBM supercomputer that can examine 200 million positions per second, in the 4th game of their 6-game series. Earlier in the week, Kasparov admitted he made a catastrophic blunder in Game 2 when he failed to force a draw by moving rook to E8. With all due respect to Mr. Kasparov, what the hell were you thinking? A French man who calls himself the Snake Man was arrested this week after climbing up the side of a Manhattan high-rise. Yep, he climbed right up the side of a high-rise, just like a snake. In North Dakota this week, a hunter narrowly escaped death when a pocket knife in his breast pocket deflected a bullet shot by another hunter. Man, you know we have too many weapons in this country when people are getting shot in the knife. And that's it. See you next week, folks. Hollywood prostitute Divine Brown has written a book describing in lurid detail exactly what she did with Hugh Grant. The book sells for $25, but for $35, she'll show you. At the White House this week, President Clinton officially came out against same-sex marriages. What's more, the president said he is not too crazy about opposite-sex marriages either. A new FBI study shows that for the first time, Americans are more likely to be killed by a stranger than a loved one or acquaintance. Their advice? Introduce yourself to as many people as possible. The American Academy of Pediatrics has released an updated list of unsafe baby products. Topping the list this year is the really, 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 really high chair. Well, Dr. Jack Kevorkian was responsible for another death this week, this time a 58-year-old woman. She is the 26th of Kevorkian's patients to die since 1990. When are people going to realize He is not a good doctor. Do not go to this man. The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes. A new hangover-free vodka is on the market. Yeah, the ads claim that the 80-proof vodka is so pure, it's virtually headache-free. But before you run out and buy it, remember, it causes massive anal bleeding. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. The results are in for 1995, and once again, Microsoft CEO Bill Gates is the richest man in America. Gates says that he is grateful for his huge financial success, but it still makes him sad when he looks around and sees other people who have any money whatsoever. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, "Hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat." And in music news, #1 on the college charts this summer was Better Than Ezra. And at #2, Ezra. According to a controversial new biography, Elizabeth Taylor likes her lovemaking loud, rough, and frequent. Coincidentally, that's also how she likes to eat. Well, it's official. There you go. Michael Jordan is leaving baseball to return to basketball. It is unclear whether the media will now refer to him by his old basketball nickname, Air Jordan, or his more recent baseball nickname, Senior Crappy. In Walnut Creek, California, anyone who turns in his gun can get free therapy. And anyone who doesn't turn in his gun can get free anything. Well, earlier this week, actor Marlon Brando met with Jewish leaders to apologize for comments he made on Larry King Live. Among them that, quote, Hollywood is run by Jews. The Jewish leaders accepted the actor's apology and announced that Brando is now free to work again. At Virginia Commonwealth University, a professor is being sued following revelations that he spanked one of his students. It was the student's parents who first became suspicious when they asked, "What kind of marks are you getting?" And she replied, "Big red ones on my ass." So... Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Oh, I'm sorry, that should read, Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. My mistake completely. Just, I didn't read it right. Former First Lady Nancy Reagan reports that her husband has been relaxing at their ranch, riding horses and chopping wood. Sadly, eyewitnesses report that he was actually riding wood and chopping horses. It was revealed this week that mass murderer Richard Speck, while serving a life term in prison, was videotaped with hormone-induced breasts, snorting cocaine, and having sex with a man. The film was apparently made with prison video equipment and a $300,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. Dr. James Watts, a neurosurgeon who performed the first frontal lobotomy, died this week in Washington. If you recall, a lobotomy involves drilling holes in the skull and then inserting and rotating a knife to destroy brain cells. What a genius. He'll be missed. World have ordered their ride, the Extra Terror Estrial, to be shut down until it can be made scarier. When the attraction reopens in 2 weeks, it will be exactly the same, but missing 6 bolts. Last week, during his latest trial on charges of assisted suicide, Dr. Jack Kevorkian startled a Michigan courtroom when he stood up and shouted, "This is a lynching." Everyone turned to look, and sure enough, he'd just lynched some old guy. Garry Kasparov tied Deep Blue, the IBM supercomputer that can examine 200 million positions per second, in the 4th game of their 6-game series. Earlier in the week, Kasparov admitted he made a catastrophic blunder in Game 2 when he failed to force a draw by moving rook to E8. With all due respect to Mr. Kasparov, what the hell were you thinking? A Frenchman who calls himself the Snake Man was arrested this week after climbing up the side of a Manhattan high-rise. Yep, he climbed right up the side of a high-rise, just like a snake. In North Dakota this week, a hunter narrowly escaped death when a pocket knife in his breast pocket deflected a bullet shot by another hunter. Man, you know we have too many weapons in this country when people are getting shot in the knife. And that's it. See you next week, folks.
This Saturday, I don't know if you're aware of it, was 420, and so it was a madhouse over there.
It's April 20th?
No, yeah, it was April 20th, but 420, you know 420.
No, what's that?
How do you not know? You've never heard of 420?
No.
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, it's real popular in the culture right now, and everybody's wearing 420 shirts, and you see 420 bumper stickers, and everyone's talking about it. 420 is a code term used primarily in North America that refers to the consumption of cannabis, and by extension, a way to identify oneself with cannabis subculture. Observances based on the number 420 include smoking cannabis around the time 4:20 p.m. as well as on the date April 20th.
No, what date is that? What year?
This was around 1970.
No, this.
Anyway, a widely discussed story says that a group of teenagers in San Rafael, California, used the term in connection to a fall 1971 plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop that they had learned about.
Huh? You know, dogs and humans love to run because it apparently gives them a natural high similar to that of marijuana, according to the University of Arizona.
Wow.
After running what are called cannabinoids, the chemical found in marijuana that gives you a feeling of euphoria, are higher in humans and dogs, and this encourages them to run again. To 7-Eleven for a Slurpee.
Veterinarians in Colorado have reported that marijuana use is on the rise amongst dogs. They say you'll know if your dog is too high if it starts making a really tall sandwich.
They like sweets better
What's
when
that
they're
mean?
high.
Yes, I don't know.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday.
Whatever.
Oh, why
Smells
not?
like a fucking pot dispensary in here.
Oh, Norm, let's stay on track here. Let's stay on track. So it's been hard for me to get
Christ,
on.
I feel like I'm getting.
It's getting
You
normal.
know what I'm saying? I'm making sense.
It's not you, is it?
No.
No, I'm not gonna. Let's move the show in a good order here.
But you don't seem. You seem different.
You know, okay, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out of
It's
order.
okay. It doesn't
No.
matter. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
gonna remember this.
It's legal. It's legal.
Okay, it has to do with what you just
Medicinal
did. Norm fucks
marijuana
with
is
people.
legal.
The most painful thing in the world for me is, and I realize, and it's so true, one of the most, not physical pain, but just mental pain, is waiting to talk. And that's what I was doing out there. You know, you're outside there, they're talking, but you're waiting to talk.
That's not all you were doing outside. It's legal. It's
Norm
legal.
asked-
It's legal.
I almost don't want to admit this because it makes him look so bad.
No, but
he
listen.
made me smoke pot, America. This is the truth. I don't believe in God, but my truth. My truth. Outside, he goes, come on, you'll smoke, you'll smoke, you'll smoke. I'm like, if you want me to smoke, I'll smoke. I didn't plan on it because I get chat. People that smoke pot more than you think, you're always fighting with them when you go, I only smoke pot 4 times a week. You're just saying it casually. They're like, you smoke more than that. Like, relax. What are you afraid? I'm not admitting I'm like you.
4 times a week seems like a lot to me.
Does it really?
A little.
Look into my eyes.
I'm serious. I'm very serious.
No, I don't know who Bill Boggs is. The name sounds familiar. Oh, shut up. What are the odds smoke came billowing out of my mouth after half an hour? Really? You think your audience is that dumb? They're going to sit home and go, oh my God, Todd Glass, a half an hour into his interview, smoke came billowing out of his mouth. Do you think we stopped saying N-rig, which means, you know, or N-rich, or nigger-rich, or nigger-rig, which were terms that some people are going, were they terms? Because, well, it's a fine. Or do you think we just shouldn't use people?
Or what they say when you,
Most
hey,
people-
stop with that joint there, you're getting spit on it.
So, no, hold on a second.
Huh?
So most people would say that we stopped those things because it was egregious.
Yes.
I know what I'm saying.
You know, I know.
And so you
I
have
was trying
to
to give
say,
you another
so
example.
if the,
My friend, he would get stoned and he'd go, oh, I thought of all these ideas and everything, you know, but I never write them down. So he goes, I'm going to write them down. I'm going to have a little notebook and write down whatever I think is funny, you know? And so he said he woke up one day after getting really stoned and on his pad he had written, that's really funny. 420 was the birthday of Austrian-born German politician and the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, a fellow went by the name of Adolf Hitler. But this guy, there's a picture of him. Adolf Hitler, very compelling kind of a figure. Odd-looking duck. But there's something about his eyes. Hypnotic. His eyes are almost entirely black. He was a decorated veteran of World War I. And he joined the war. Hold the fort. He hated Jews. I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you, go suicide, kill him.
Yeah, it was like died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't even know he was sick.
He wasn't. Well, no, that's fine.
I wish I could find a Hitler of today and go kill him.
Norm MacDonald has died. He was 61.
Norm MacDonald was 61.
It is a generational thing. I'm 61 years old, young. I say 61 years.
Right.
I say 61 years experience. Got more than that.
My legs, my
goddamn
arms
jowls.
are thin. My arms are thin. I used to have jowls. I don't have jowls.
I have more chins than
How
that.
old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I say I'll be 50 in October.
Oh my God, 50. That was a turning point age. I didn't like 50.
Why? What happened then?
I just didn't like turning 50.
I thought we were going to be doing a bit where you're like a
Jerry Lewis?
Jiminy Glick character.
Yeah, no, I'm fat.
What happened?
Fried chicken and gravy. Let me tell you something.
Because, well, your metabolism slows down at our age.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 49 years old.
I'm 47.
Damn near 50.
For me, too. I always say I'm pushing 50.
Yeah, that's a scary age.
But
Because you're a young man.
I'm 62.
What?
Really?
62.
Look how lucky you get. Look good.
Yeah.
Looks a lot better than me, and I'm 68. I'm 68 years young, I like to say. And I'm a more mature man than you are, I believe. I don't know.
Might be have a few years on me. I don't know.
No. I'm younger than you.
Oh, okay.
But I'm mature through a series of failures.
Oh.
Call me to say goodnight. Kiss me once or twice. I'll never let go of you. Fold me into your arms. Stay with.
I started to think about it, you know, and plus I drank a lot of whiskey, and then
Took the
afterwards,
edge off it a little, I'm
yeah,
guessing.
I just thought, like that. Before you knew it, I was so crazily drunk, like just drunk out of my mind. And so then time passes in a weird way and everything. And my friends, they wanted to leave the bar.
Right.
Like, yeah, let's go, right? And I'm like, I got like crazy all of a sudden, right? So I'm like, why should I leave? We're having fun here at the bar. You guys leave if you want, right? So I was like real drunk, and everybody was like cool. It was like a Western. It had a jukebox, you know, one of those. Guy gives you a whole bottle there, you know, and you go, and then...
That's what you do when you're drinking.
like
You a pirate?
Yeah.
All of a sudden?
And then he came out, he's in a wheelchair, and he talks like this. He goes, and, but he was, I'll get you a couple of hot, dirty broads, you know, and then while you're having sex with them, I'll come into my wheelchair. You know? Who knows what it means? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, you know? You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous...
What was she doing? What was that? Some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do. Right?
That's what ladies that I know do. But I'll tell you this about Johnny Depp. He's taken this sexiest man alive thing and he's using it to his benefit, as all good people in show business should. The new movie he's doing, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, he'll be doing full frontal nudity.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's rated R.
Oh my God! What the hell was that? I pick up the blue.
Why is it that in some sports, like beach volleyball or snowboarding, the women are breathtakingly beautiful, and you would think they would be big, you know, like big. You'd think they'd be big monsters of ladies.
Why would you think that, though?
Well, like softball.
We can't be
I keep reading like feud. There's no feud because
no, there's not.
I never did anything to him.
That's right.
For a feud, I'd have to be going You know? So I take up the mustard. I go and I throw the mustard up. Yeah. So I go to the gym and holy Lord, have you ever been to one of these?
No, I don't go.
They're crazy. Yeah. You got to like they got the weights, you know. Yeah. That's the big thing.
The big
weights.
weight machine, sure.
So you got to like lift the weight. It's really heavy, and then you got to put it down. Then afterwards lift it again right away. And it's endless. It's like hundreds of lifting, and then afterwards you're just like sore and you're not big at all. And I don't know how to drive a car, you know.
You don't drive at all?
No, I never learned how.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't like them. I find them dangerous, you know? Like, you drive and you're in a car and you're going like 70, and then another car comes, he's going 70, right? And then there's like a foot between you, you know? Yeah. You're like, and they're honking, they're honking. And then who knows what, it's only a foot, you know? You know, like imagine you're in a plane and you're flying and you look out, there's some plane wreckage on a mountain, right? Or a plane comes beside you like 10 feet. He's honking, you know?
That's sky rage.
Hey, wait a second here. Hey! Because that's all the heart understands is violence, you know? And so they get there early, they go, and then your heart's like, I wasn't going to kill him. I am going to preemptively attack my hearse.
And before it does anything, I'll just be like, ah, my heart's like, well, I didn't do anything. You go, right, Sonny, you're not going to. Like, one time I remember I was under the influence of the demon rum, and by God, I started punching my newborn in the face. Yeah. This is the amount of time that you think about sex, every once in a while. But then the problem becomes, when you think about it, is all you can think about. You know, you're just like, like a f***ing werewolf or something. Like, usually you're a civilized human being. But then every couple of days you're like, the cancer's gonna jump up and go, Uncle Bert's wife. Where is he? I won fair and square. You're like, your mind's gone. Your mind is gone. That's all I know. Like, I am you. My is going, hello? Yeah, hey, Frank, what's going on? Yeah, I remember that shirt. What's about that? I gotta go. You know. Because fucking suck that venom. Yeah, you fucking suck that fucking venom. Yeah, you want to spit it out? You got a fucking mouth load. I'll fucking shoot it out of your face, you fucking cunt. You fucking whore.
Oh, thanks, dude. I didn't get any of that in my mouth.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll be back with Simon Helber. You fucking sit down.
U.S. Air is beginning a campaign to restore passenger confidence. I think just two little words will do that. We've landed. Airline travelers' complaints have risen 22% over the last year. The single most common complaint was, they lost my baggage, followed closely by, I didn't like being in that fiery plane crash. A new airport planned for San Diego would actually be located 3 miles out in the Pacific Ocean, built on 40 by 20-foot floating cylinders. It's all part of a plan by city officials to have a huge disaster. As of next week, ValueJet Airlines says it will discontinue service to Mobile, Alabama. According to airline executives, this cost-cutting measure is expected to save the company over $200. After American Airlines decided this week to cut fares by 50%, the 4 other major airlines said they would match the bargain ticket prices. Also fighting to stay competitive, discount carrier ValueJet announced that it will now accept stolen credit cards and bad checks. Blimpies has started supplying subs for Delta Airlines to serve in its flight, and in return, Delta is giving Blimpies barf bags to hand out in its restaurants. In an interview last week, administrators of the FAA, David R. Hinson, explained why English is the only language used by pilots around the world. It turns out all the other languages are weird. Can't even hardly understand most of them. In honor of this year's Academy Awards, Carnival Airlines is offering anyone named Oscar a free flight to or from Los Angeles. The airline had tried a similar promotion in the past for the Tony Awards, but according to airline spokesmen, they found that their planes were packed with too many, quote, greasy Italians. The Federal Aviation Administration has come up with a list of 30 changes to make air travel safer. Number 1 on the list, no more crashes. They've decided to... This week, TWA announced plans to reconstruct the Boeing 747 that exploded in Flight 800. Man, talk about cheap, huh? These characters. Trying to save a few bucks by rebuilding a... It's ridiculous. I don't know what I'm talking about. In order to cut down on in-flight fatalities, American Airlines has decided to upgrade the medical kits on all its planes. Each kit will now contain common life-saving drugs, a heart defibrillator, and a spare plane. In aviation news, a new study suggests there might be more survivors of plane crashes if all seats were equipped with airbags. According to the study, this is especially true for plane crashes under 50 miles per hour. The other ones, it doesn't do much good. A top aviation watchdog group warned this week that the nation's airlines are vulnerable to terrorist attack. The biggest problem, apparently, watchdog groups pointing out to terrorists that airlines are vulnerable to attack. That's the... That's all right.
2 months later, we still haven't found Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. This looks like the work of Joran Vandersloot. Remember that character?
Yes. No.
You don't remember him?
He's one who allegedly. Well, he...
Now, this is a different Malaysian Air Force joke.
The pilot's last words, I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on a motherfucking plane. That could be, yeah, that could be. You're giving me these great jokes, okay. Malaysian Flight 370 is still missing. You know where they're going to find it? The last place they look.
Now, is that the best one?
Kind of
or is this better? There's two Malaysians. We can't
That's a joke kind of joke. Why do you find something? Why is it always the last place you look? Because you stop looking.
A Joe Pine
So that's
joke?
a joke. That's a comment. That's a very bright joke.
It's not only a joke, it's a comment. The search continues in the Indian Ocean for the Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 as they listen and try to follow the pings. These guys sound like me always listening for pings. The pings are my Chinese neighbors. Jim and Ellen Ping.
You know, I'm old enough to remember back to simpler, more innocent times when the worst thing you'd hear about the news was hijacked jetliners flying into buildings.
Oh, now, Gilbert, you're going to get into trouble again.
It takes forever, not forever, but it takes years of training to get a pilot's license. But it only takes a couple of minutes to steal a pilot's jacket and hat. And then do some, terrorist act, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I was not living because I was thinking it was going to be a terrorist.
You were worried about a terrorist act.
I was a little nervous.
Did you see Olympus Has Fallen?
No.
Wow.
This week I learned, just because I masturbated to that picture of a guy falling to his death on 9/11 doesn't mean I have to share it.
Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
Oh, 9/11.
Yeah, no. Oh, don't laugh at 9/11
What?
again.
9/11.
I tried to tell him not
Way
to
to go,
laugh.
Adam.
I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada. First of all, Amy Schumer came from last time. Amy Schumer, I consider. I consider Amy Schumer the funniest person on the planet. If you take me out of the equation.
No, I meant me.
Oh, that's why you were coughing?
That's why I was clearing my throat, yeah. Not you.
I thought you were clearing your throat for me.
No.
No, taking you out of the equation.
Yeah.
But you're funny in a different way.
Yeah,
you know?
thank you, buddy.
Acerbic Wit back on display as a judge on NBC's Last Comic Standing, reality show that aims to find the best stand-up talent in the country. One of their winners, Amy Schumer, of course.
Amy Schumer, I think, right now, is the funniest person in the entire world.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah. Not woman.
Person. I don't disagree with that. I put you up there, but she's close.
I wasn't counting me. Counting me, she's the second funniest person in the world.
Our viewers comment as they watch this online, and someone's just commented. Natalie says, on the Today Show, you said that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. How does she compare to Letterman?
Oh, Letterman's funnier. But I was talking about the new generation of people that are out.
Yeah.
I consider, personally, and I take myself out of the equation, that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. Now, if I were to put myself in the equation, I would say Amy Schumer is the second most funniest person in the world.
Well, you already said Dave's funnier, so she's third now.
Well, but Dave's retired.
But he's still a person.
I know, but it's hard to know if he's funny or not because he's living in Wyoming with a buffalo going, ah!
I don't believe he is. I think he's just back in Connecticut, where he always lived.
That's what what's his name used to say, Rickles.
Rickles used to say that.
Well, he used
lived
to
in
say
Wyoming?
no. He used to say there's one guy in a shed with a rake going, ah! Like he just say stuff that made no sense. That's what I loved about Rickles.
Yeah, right.
I watched because I went down that rabbit hole after I watched the clip and I watched him tell the moth joke.
Right.
And, it's interesting. It reminded me, my dad told jokes that way. He was just so inherently funny that a 2-minute joke takes 10 minutes. The punchline is the least of it. You're going on the journey. And that's the same thing with Norm. It's like, I don't care how long this takes.
No.
Because it's just fun watching him tell a story.
I hadn't seen the moth joke since it aired, and I had no memory of it. And he's so delightful doing it. You just
and you almost forget that it was a joke even to begin with. It's like, oh, I don't even remember what the premise was anymore.
He's such like a disruptor. Like the night of the moth joke show, I remember I was walking off, like act one, we do all the comedy stuff, and then I have to go off stage and we'd go edit, pull it up or tighten it or whatever. I go back to the edit room and I left the studio and I'm walking in a hallway and Norm's being brought the other direction to be the guest. And I know him only to say hello, like in a very superficial showbiz way, not at all. And I had my arm in a sling because I broke my arm and he's like, hey, it was like an excuse for him to just stop and start talking to me. And he just started going, my uncle broke his arm and oh boy, and he started going into this long story. And I'm like, why is he doing this? And then I realized like the stage manager and the segment producer, all these people were around him and they were trying to hustle him out to, the commercial break was ending. And I swear I was thinking like, he's just doing this to bust their balls. Cause he just went on a monologue for like 2 minutes. And they're kind of like looking at their watches and freaking out. And I was like, I think he just loves, he's disrupting.
Pushing people's buttons. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do tell the moth joke in the book. You told it on the Tonight Show with Conan back when he was doing the Tonight Show. It was it's a long kind of joke, and just a few months ago, maybe about a year ago, it kind of got revived online, and people were putting it up online, calling it the best telling of a joke ever on television. But Norm, that seemed to me like you were experimenting there. You were trying to experiment with. You knew the punchline and you knew the beginning of it, and you knew it was a pretty straightforward street joke, but you wanted to experiment with how to get from one point to another.
Yeah, it was both an experiment and it was an experiment born of necessity, because Conan told me I had to do a second spot, which he'll sometimes do. But I said, I don't have anything else to say. I have nothing left to tell you. And so then I thought of this joke that Colin Quinn had told me, this street joke.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist's office says, "What's the problem?" And the moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin, man?" He goes, "I go to work for..."
That was just a two-line joke. It was just a, one-liner times two. So then I thought, well, how can I do I started thinking during the commercial, is it possible to do a one-liner for an entire 6-minute segment? So I thought, if I can put in between this very a little boy's joke, just a set of horrifying facts laid end to end, then it could make the sweetness way funnier at the end, because they'll have completely forgotten where I was. And so it ended up working by fluke, like often things will when you're experimenting.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
It's Doc. Sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth, just barely hanging on to my web with an everlasting fire underneath me. I'm not feeling good. And so the doctor says, "Moth, man, you're troubled. But you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here?" And then the moth said, "Because the light was on."
And then what happens with the computer is that people put things on the computer and they live forever.
A study on weight loss revealed this week that women who participate in a weekly diet program lost 50% more weight, snacked less, and bought more fruits and vegetables than women in general, which just goes to prove my new theory: Richard Simmons is gay. After numerous requests, the National Institute of Health has finally granted funds to the University of New Mexico in order to test mice for the deadly hantavirus. Although I'm sure the government would have acted a lot sooner if instead of mice, the hantavirus was killing off rich white guys. An outbreak of the deadly canine parvovirus has led to the local Humane Society killing many of its dogs. Gee, I wonder if the Humane Society would kill off victims of canine parvo if instead of dogs, they were rich old white guys. Increased hunting will be necessary to control the state's black bear population. Gee, I wonder if hunting would be the answer if instead of overpopulation of black bears, there were an overpopulation of rich old white men. Yeah. According to the EPA, it will cost an estimated $295 million to clean up toxic waste at the former Lockheed Martin military aircraft plant in California. The cause of the toxic waste? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In Princess Anne, Maryland, state health officials have discovered what caused the mysterious death of 200,000 fish at a Somerset County fish farm. The culprit? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In economic news, unemployment figures rose slightly for the month of October, with declines in the Dow Jones and NASDAQ. The reason for the sudden downturn? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Entertainment Weekly's list of the 101 most powerful people in show business is out. At number 1, Fox CEO Robert Murdoch. And at number 2, you guessed it, Frank Stallone. And finally, the number 1 selling doll this Christmas is Tickle Me Elmo. And the least popular selling doll? You guessed it, Tickle Me Frank Stallone. And the British Sunday Times is reporting that Belgian doctors have accidentally cloned a human being. The human being? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Recent photos sent from the Galileo space probe orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa suggests that it meets the conditions necessary to support a primitive life form. Just what kind of life form? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. And finally, the votes are in. And Entertainment Weekly has chosen its funniest man alive. And who is the funniest man alive? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Congratulations, Frank Stallone. Across the Great Plains, harsh weather and hungry boll weevils are the cause of one of the worst cotton harvests in years. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe. This year's lack of snow in Alaska could help generate a surplus of moose next year because deep snow makes it harder for moose to search for food, which leaves them more vulnerable to wolves. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Fort Pierce, Florida, many Bell South customers will no longer pay long-distance phone rates for nearby calls, but will instead be charged with a flat rate of 25 cents. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a consumer group is proceeding with a petition drive to get a proposal on the November ballot that would exempt food from state sales tax. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In St. Louis, archaeologists will use special radar on nearby landfills in an effort to find the 70-foot axle from a Ferris wheel, which was the centerpiece of the 1904 World's Fair. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last year, German shepherds were rated the nation's most effective police dogs by far, sniffing out more than $100 million worth of illegal drugs. Or so the German shepherds would have us believe. Well, technical glitch of some sort there. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge rock star in Germany, where his latest album sold 5 million copies this week, which once again proves my theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge star in Germany, where his series Baywatch celebrated its 100th straight week as the nation's top TV show, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Well, David Hasselhoff is a huge star in Germany, where his syndicated series Knight Rider places a consistent second behind Baywatch in the ratings, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Helmut Kohl was elected to his 4th term as Germany's chancellor this week. Experts say Mr. Kohl's success was guaranteed after he won the backing of singing sensation David Hasselhoff. Which once again proves my old theory. Germans love David Hasselhoff. The cast of Baywatch made a special appearance at Disney World in Florida, where they were mobbed by adoring fans, which proves my new theory. German tourists love David Hasselhoff. Fergie, the Duchess of York, turned down a guest appearance on the hit show Baywatch. Now, my research has uncovered that Fergie is actually British, not German, which, while not proving, certainly does nothing to disprove my time-tested theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. Finally, reports out of Germany continue to indicate that David Hasselhoff is a major recording star in that country, where his concerts routinely sell out and his albums turn platinum, which once again proves my old theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff.
Germans love me.
Which once again proves my theory: Germans love David Hasselhoff. And that's the news. See you next time. Thank you, David.
Tonight, Dennis Miller's taking a lavish vacation, as is his wont, so we turn to another Saturday Night Live alum for words of wisdom this evening. Joining us now from Los Angeles, man about town, Norm MacDonald. Good to see you, Norm. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Oh, Happy New Year. I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
We had a great Christmas, and we were saying Merry Christmas quite often. And
yeah, in L.A., there I mean, I know you've maybe won the culture war, but in L.A., it's still a little secular progressive. I had carolers come to my house, and I have a feeling they may have been atheists because of some of the carols they sang. Like they sang, "Nothing Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen," and "Hark the Herald Johnson Sings."
Yeah, they couldn't get the God in there, you know, and that's the age we live in, that there are certain parts of the country that just not going to get into the Christmas spirit. Now, are you a Democrat?
But I love Christmas. I don't like to say I'm a Democrat or a Republican because I don't subscribe to either. You know, like I'm very pro-life, but I'm against the death penalty, so I don't know what you'd call that.
Well, pro-life means that you want people to live, and if you're against a death penalty, that's consistent. But so you're an independent like I am. You want the best person in. Has anybody,
I would vote for the person.
Has anybody impressed you so far? Any of the presidential candidates impressed you so far?
Yeah, I love John McCain. He was my favorite 8 years ago. But even 8 years ago, he was the old guy back then, so I don't know. I don't know how he's going to fare.
But he's spry. You know, he's elderly, but he's spry. You know, I mean, I think he's got more energy than Fred Thompson, who's not quite as old as he is.
Yeah, no, Fred Thompson looks like he's always falling asleep. But I do think that if the surge continues to be successful, it is possible that if McCain gets the nomination, that he could actually win.
I think that any of these guys could win at this point because it's so fluid. And if you take Iraq, as you pointed out, off the table, you take that away, then the ideologues, their influence diminishes, and people will have to evaluate which candidate has the best plan. Now, Hillary Clinton, obviously a lightning rod. The Hollywood community is what, 80% liberal, and they're kind of split between Hillary and Obama. How do you see this? You're out there, you schmooze with these people.
Well, I've watched Hillary on the campaign trail, and I must say she has some image change or something. She looks to me much more lifelike. And also ladylike. She almost seems like a live lady now.
Well, they've softened her image, you know, because she was coming across as a little Margaret Thatcherish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do what I say or I'll kick your butt. And now they're trying to say, do what I say or somebody else will kick your butt. Not me, because I don't want to get my hair messed up. But the Obama-Hillary Hollywood conflict, see, they're all liberal, but they just don't know which way to go out there. And I feel their pain, don't you?
Yeah, I know Obama this guy's like a freight train. And now that Dennis Kucinich has said that he might throw his support
Man, he's going to be unstoppable with that.
That's right. So that's at least six or seven votes that Sean Penn.
That's the equivalent of me throwing my delegates behind him.
Now, when you...
I think Kucinich is just barely above Ahmadinejad on the polls right now.
Yeah, Kucinich and Ahmadinejad are running neck and neck, and but we like Kucinich. No matter what you think about his politics, he's a stand-up guy. Now, Miller loves Giuliani. Miller is like Giuliani guy. What do you think about the mayor?
Well, he's pro-choice, which is a little bit of a problem with me, but I remember when I was in New York, and my God, he changed that city around like crazy. He did such a great job. And I remember like my friends complaining, they were like, oh, Times Square, you know, it lost all its character. But I lived in New York during that time, and Times Square was just prostitutes and junkies and serial killers prowling arcade. I mean, there was, you know, it wasn't character. It wasn't like...
That's the liberal platform.
Exactly
they like that
Junction.
stuff. It wasn't Petticoat Junction. That's secular progressive heaven you just described there, Norm. That's what they want. Come on.
Yeah.
It's diversity, man. It's diversity.
Peep
Norm
shows
MacDonald,
on
everybody.
demand.
Yeah, that's right. Norm MacDonald. Thanks for filling in for Miller. We appreciate it. Happy New Year to you, Norm. When we...
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer...
Norm MacDonald, whose new program, A Minute with Stan Hooper, debuts on Fox tomorrow at 8:30. Up against the Factor, man. I don't know.
I know. It's not easy.
So we want them to tape Stan Hooper and watch the Factor.
I was going to mention earlier, because I know this is a no-spin zone.
You bet.
And in the Kozlowski thing, I saw a little bit of spinning. Little bit. And I'd like to say I was also a shareholder at Tyco. And I did get invited to the party in Sardinia.
You did?
Yeah, and you didn't miss anything. That guy with the giant wings made a clumsy pass at me over by the ice sculpture.
I thought you might have been the sculpture there for a minute.
What
I know. Now, you were at Saturday Night Live, okay?
Yes, sir.
It was a good gig for you, a weekend update and all of that.
Yeah.
Then you did the Norm show.
Yes, sir.
I never got to see the Norm show.
I never watched it either.
No one did. And it was gone.
It was gone. You know what an interesting thing is? That even if no one watches a show,
right,
it still gets ratings like 1 million people watch the show because people just don't turn their TVs off.
Is that right? So if there's nobody in the room, it still clicks in. I guess that's what's happening at CNN. I don't know. But anyway, this show, how do you get 2 shots? Because most people don't get any shots. You know how many comedians there are out in L.A. Trying to troll to get a show. And this is another show starring you. How'd you do it?
I think pure raw talent.
Yeah, they just saw it in you. Huh?
Yeah, there's no substitute for that.
They had to have you. Fox demanded Norm MacDonald.
Exactly.
Get him. How much control you have over this vehicle? Romano controls his show.
Romano?
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano,
right.
of course.
You know, right.
I know him.
Not as talented as you, but he's coming on.
He's coming on.
How much control you got over the show?
Well, I got a lot of control over it. I don't rehearse, so I write all week.
Do you write?
Yeah.
You write the show. How many other writers with you?
5, and they're a crack staff.
All right, so the show's going to have an edge because that's what kind of stuff you do.
No, it's not going to have an edge.
No, it's going to be a bland kind of an Ozzie and Harriet ripoff?
No, sir, it's going to be a Green Acres ripoff.
I can just see you in the overalls.
Yeah.
You play a commentator on television.
I play a commentator.
I hate those guys.
Yeah. I don't care for him either. I play a guy that works in New York. You understand? And he does his minute every week. Like
Andy Rooney.
Not Andy Rooney. He's not a humorist. He extols the virtues of small town life, like Mr. Charles Osgood.
Oh.
And but he's very disconnected. He goes to parties at William Paley's house.
You look a little like Osgood. Run that picture back. Can you put it next to Norm's face? Yeah, I can. That's you in 8 years after you work for Fox. That's how you're going to age. Okay. Believe me, I've been here 7 years. That's how you age.
I don't look like that. I'm trying to look like that.
So you moved to a small town in Wisconsin, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's going to be funny. I'm going to be amused by that.
I'm not going to spin you. No, you're not going to care for it at all.
All right, now you hit it big, and then you get the residuals and all of that. The Simpson money come rolling in.
Yeah.
You don't hit it big, you care?
Well, first of all, I believe the actors in The Simpsons I don't think Bart got 1 penny of that.
No, but the guy who did his voice.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I get a lot of money after that.
Do you?
But I'm not in it for the money.
What are you in it for?
The money. I am in it for the money.
I know you are.
I was going to spin.
Yeah, no, you can't. This is the no spin zone.
I know. I keep forgetting.
You know, you can use that in Stan Hooper if you want.
The no spin?
Yeah, you can use that kind of stuff, and I won't demand any money.
Okay, cool.
Saturday Night Live. Do you watch anymore?
Yes, sir, I do.
You do? Is it as good now as when you were there?
No.
Well, because you're not there.
Basically, because I'm not there.
Right. But you do watch it.
Yeah, I watch it.
Because I've lost kind of contact with it. I mean, I think it's maybe a generational thing.
It is a generational thing. I'm 61 years old, young. I say 61 years.
Right.
I say 61 years experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watch the show, I don't even know what they're doing parodies of, because they're doing parodies of like MTV shows that.
Yeah, I mean they're Jewel. They're making fun of, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
When you do this Fox show, if it is successful, are you going to change?
Am I going to change?
Yeah. Are you going to be the same guy you are now, the humble guy?
I'm going to be the same dirty son of a bitch as I am now.
Right. Thank you. This is live tonight. We appreciate it.
Well, that's not swearing.
No, of course not. No, that's just
I think
Fox.
That's part of the.
That's Fox. We're going to see that in Stan Hooper, aren't we?
No, we're not going to use such language.
Right. Norm MacDonald, good luck with the show.
Norm's tone was distinctive and unique, yes.
And nobody did that.
Nobody did what Norm did. You know what I mean? I talk about Norm in the show, too. It's funny, and one of the things is Norm would talk people, like we'd talk to some strange way, small talking people, and he'd be like, and then the guy'd be like, you're right, I'm quitting a job. And he'd walk out, and then Norm would go to me, I didn't tell him to quit that job. Like, yes, you did. But Norm's whole world was not just, he was making fun of you. You were part of this, the suckers, too.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I mean, you're telling me, he would just spring you in.
It was that brilliant podcast he had with Adam Egget.
Yes.
Where it's just,
Well, I went to Norm's, his memorial service, and Adam Egget spoke, and he killed. It was all these professional comedians.
Yeah.
Adam Egget went up and he goes, I love Norm MacDonald, even though if you Google me today, it says Holocaust denier. Adam Egget has the first thing. And he went on about Norm, but it was, him with Adam Egget was perfect. Because the guest didn't know that, like half the guests Norm would go, I mean, I agree with you. Not like this guy thinks that the Holocaust didn't happen. And the guests would be, you could see their angry eyes, like, what? And Adam would just sit there and take it. And the guests would leave the show thinking, this guy's a Holocaust denier.
Yeah, there was nothing funnier than when Norm was like, this guy fucking didn't think the Holocaust happened.
So fun. And just blow past it, and the guests would look. You could see them looking angry.
And then Norm would move on, which is another brilliant part of the bit. Norm would just keep going, and then the guests would just sneak a look at Adam like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah.
And it was it. And Adam, to his credit, didn't. Sometimes he tried to deny it. Usually he'd just take the hit. And that person the rest of their life.
That's so funny.
He's Jewish.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, then you'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Half Jewish. No, I'm full. Full Jewish.
Full Jewish.
100%.
All right, then. But you're young, so you might not get it.
Maybe.
Okay, so here's the joke.
Holocaust denier. Awesome.
I'm not going to hold that against you.
Thank you.
I don't understand what complex mathematics is, but one time I was in an elevator with Norm MacDonald, and we were in the elevator with these guys, because Norm MacDonald in an elevator is very, he'll just he will literally say the worst thing you could say about somebody and then leave, and you're left there with all the people. That's his thing, one of his things. But there's two guys who were talking about some complex mathematic thing. This is in the late 90s at 30 Rock. And they're saying this, like, I didn't even understand what language it was. It was a really deep mathematic thing. And then Norm MacDonald, who had never brought up math or anything like that to me in his life, goes, and starts speaking to them in this, like, what sounded like tongues. And they're like, oh, but, and they start speaking the binary, and he goes, and he starts speaking this mathematic talk, and then they leave. And then he goes to me like, yeah, those guys are nerds or something like that. And I was like, what? How do you know that? How did you know what they were talking about?
How did he know?
He's like,
he's a nerd too.
He knows something deep, like he knows these things sometimes.
He's a very smart guy.
Really smart.
Yeah.
One of those guys that just, he'll just pretend not to know something. And he'll be like, that's like, and then you're like, what? Anybody walks in the room, he knows what they're talking about,
Yeah, he's the guy that really should have had a podcast a long fucking time ago.
Right,
and I know he's doing something now. He sent me a text message the other day that he's starting to do a podcast now. Hey, Joe,
I'm doing
finally
a podcast.
Doing that thing we talked about. He should have done a lot because he had that show on Netflix, but they muzzled him when he went on the Howard Stern show.
Right.
And he was saying something, and he didn't want to say retarded, so he said, you'd have to have Down syndrome to believe that. Because he thought that'd be a better thing to say.
But here's the thing about Norm. I'm still not sure if he thought that would be a better thing to say.
Right, you never know.
Because he's so smart. He might have been doing it as a double troll.
Yeah.
No, Norm is capable of the double troll. It's like, I don't want to say retarded. Down syndrome.
The double troll, exactly.
Yes, he's the master of that stuff.
I randomly wound up sitting next to him on planes twice. On 2 different occasions, just like I go, Norm, like out of nowhere, and he's sitting next to me. And one time, we're sitting there, we're talking, and we're having a good old time. And then he's talking about, I quit smoking. He's telling me how he quit smoking and finally quit smoking. And he's telling me all these things. And then when he lands, he literally like he can't stop himself, runs into the airport store and buys cigarettes. And he's lighting it as he's leaving. I go, I thought you quit. He goes, I did. But all that talking about smoking makes me want one. And he's like, before he even got out the door, he's lighting the cigarette. He just couldn't stop himself.
But I like he goes, all that talking. He's the one talking about it. All that talking. He always puts it on you. That's what's great about it.
But
he's like, this guy talks about smoking. He got me back smoking.
But it was so crazy because I was like, that's great, Norm. It's so great. You quit. And he's like, fuck, I want a cigarette.
No, he always do like, I mean, I don't drink, and I quit drinking. And it was like, oh, really? Did you drink a lot? Yeah. I quit. I finally had to quit, It's hard, but I did it. And they're like, oh. He goes, yeah, because I got fucking wasted last night. And I said, I'm never going to drink again. I was drunk. And people are like, wait, I thought you quit. Yeah, I quit. That's what I'm saying. He's always...
Last night?
Yeah. It's like an elaborate, like Abbott and Costello routine.
Yes, exactly. Well, the gambling, too. He fucking loves gambling. Yeah. Loves it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that's a thing. Like, a lot of these great comics are, like, really impulsive.
Yeah.
It's, like, something about, like, the ability to say some of the crazy shit that he says.
Yeah.
You have to have this, like, hot wire.
Yeah.
It's just like, you just want to touch it. Ah!
Yep. Oh, no, he's one for the books.
Yeah.
On the subject of SNL, and it's sweet when you took over for Norm, and Gilbert and I haven't said anything. Gilbert, I don't know, have you spoken publicly since Norm passed about him, Gil?
I think I don't know if I.
We haven't said anything on this show, which we would like to do now. You both knew him well, but the bartender speech when you took over, and obviously it was a very awkward period for you.
Oh God!
To be stepping into that role, and also a friend's job.
Yes, yeah. It was like we lived in the same building too.
You know how you go to your favorite bar and your local bartender isn't there? You ask, where's Jeff? Jeff no longer works here, I'm Steve. And you're thinking, hey, who's this idiot? I like Jeff, but you still want your drink? And even though Steve doesn't mix your drink the same way you're used to, like Jeff, you still like the bar, you don't have to go to a different bar. And even Steve might feel kind of bad because Jeff trained him.
Did he ever say anything to you about that? Did he ever give you a
blessing?
He
was so he was so classy in not saying anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all.
You have that great I'm Steve, what can I get you?
Yeah.
The bartender piece.
Well, I'm Steve. What can I get you?
But I wish it would have stayed the way it was. But, it is what it is. But, yeah, Norm is... he's so funny. He was so distinctively funny.
Nobody like him, really.
No. No, he had his own thing. You know what I mean? He was just very, well, like Gilbert. I mean, they just have their own. They march to their own drummer, even in a business where everybody marches to their own drummer. They both have that, idiosyncratic thing where it just be like, this is how I am, and that's it, and it's great. But you have to tune to their frequency. It's not like you can just.
You know what's funny about that first update you did? Here's Norm being fired, as we all know, by Don Ohlmeyer,
right?
Because of cutting too close to the bone with the OJ jokes. When in fact he was doing a public service by telling those OJ jokes. And I'm watching you do your first update. There's an OJ joke. It's like the third joke.
Yeah.
In the February issue of Esquire magazine, O.J. Simpson said that if I had killed Nicole, it would have been because I loved her very much. And then he said, and if I had killed Ron Goldman, it would have been because he accidentally witnessed me loving Nicole very much. Somebody should buy this guy a John Gray book, all right?
You shook his hand once, OJ? Getting out of a car?
Well,
he was getting out of a limo?
He was getting out of a limo middle of the afternoon. And I have no psychic energy. I've never had those kinds of things, But for whatever reason, this was in an afternoon. He's getting out of a limo with a girl. It's spring break. It's packed with people. It's Florida. And they're like, hey, do you want to meet OJ? I go, yeah, OJ. He's greatest running back of all time. Great, charming movie star. I shake his hand. He shakes my hand. And he's not even looking at me. He's looking past me. And he shakes my hand. And I felt like a jolt of evil. I swear to God.
It's like the Dead Zone.
That's what it was like. That's what it was like. And I was like, that was weird, OJ. I love OJ. Well, that was weird energy,
Wow. So you picked up on something.
I feel like I did, It's, of course, in retrospect, but I remember telling people at the time, so.
I was also fond of, going back to your SNL bits, Colin Quinn Explains the New York Times.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And the St. Pat's editorial and Joe Blow. You look like you were having fun, and the best stuff is you and Norm together.
That's right. That's right.
There's obviously an affection that comes across on the screen.
Yes, yeah, and that was the early days of it. It was great.
I'm sorry we never managed to get him here. We tried, and for whatever reason, he was as elusive as you.
He's more elusive. He's like,
he was.
I love to do it. I'd love to. And I go, oh, good. How about next week? Yes. What day? And you're like, okay. Yeah. He's like, all right, call him and we'll set it up. Next week is perfect because I'm doing this. And you're like, hey, I'll say Norm. Years later, what happened? What? I thought I was going to come on your show. What happened? It's like, oh, Jesus, Norm.
Well, like you say, march to his own drum.
Yeah.
Well, a study this week reports seafood is good for you unless it's fried. Yet another groundbreaking story from the pages of the medical journal, Duh. A new study says that people who quit smoking have healthier lungs. Yet another groundbreaking story from the pages of the medical journal, Duh. A person who suffers 2 sharp, powerful blows to the head within a short period of time can suffer brain damage or even die. This, according to a new study in the medical journal, Duh.
Ow, my leg!
You all right? What the fuck, man?
The snake's out. The snake, Michelle, come get the snake.
The snake bit me. My calf is all purple, and I have 2 red puncture marks on it.
Yeah, it's probably from where the snake bit you.
That's probably from where the snake bit me?
Yeah.
Duh. Duh. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
You remember earlier when you said that's probably from where the snake bit me? Duh.
Sorry, hold on. It's important, it says here, it's important to remain calm and you need to get your heart rate down. Let's check your pulse.
So you're telling me that I have 9 minutes to live because snake venom is coursing through my heart. And at the same time, you're telling me this would be a good time to remain calm.
Yeah.
Duh. Is there any cure for this?
I gotta suck out the venom.
Okay, let's do it. fucking suck that venom. Yeah, you fucking suck that fucking venom. Yeah, you want to spit it out? You got a fucking mouth water. Ah, fucking shoot it out of your face, you fucking cunt. You fucking whore. Ah!
Oh, thanks, dude. I didn't get any of that in my mouth.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll be back with Simon Helber. You fucking sit down.
Today there was a story about, like, you know, Dave Chappelle released a special on Netflix today.
Oh, he did today?
And,
Yeah.
And there's a joke in there where he says that it was okay what Kevin Spacey did to Anthony Rapp because Anthony Rapp grew up to be gay anyway. And he went on to say it's actually not okay, but he's taking some heat for it. Do you think it's right or wrong or for him to say something like that? Do you think it's okay to say? Or what do you think?
I think Chappelle's the greatest comedian.
If women are actually equal to men, then there would be no WNBA, would there? You would just be good enough to play in the NBA with us. Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
After closing out a successful first season, the WNBA is considering several changes to improve the level of play in the league next year. Among the proposals, extending the playoffs, increasing salaries, bringing back the three-point line, and replacing all the female players with guys. The WNBA officials expanded to 10 teams this week, adding franchises in Detroit and Washington, D.C. But before you get too excited about the new additions to the league, remember, all of the players are still women. They stink at basketball, that's the problem. Other than that, it'd be a good, good game, but they're all horrible, so it makes for a kind of a boring game.
The next time I watch a WNBA game will be the first time I watch a WNBA game.
I know more than half the people in this room have been molested in their lives. But it wasn't no goddamn Michael Jackson, was it? This kid got his dick sucked by the king of pop. You know how good it must have felt to go to school the next day after that shit? Hey, Billy, how was the weekend? How was my weekend? Michael Jackson sucked my dick. And that was my first sexual experience. If I'm starting here, then sky's the limit.
Yeah. I mean, even like you say, your unwanted WNT allegations against Michael Jackson, there had to be kids that were like, well, this is pretty cool. Yeah. This is not some old priest.
The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people. You know who I mean. Those people that took 20% of the alphabet for themselves. I'd say the letters, but I don't want to conjure their anger. It's too late now. I'm talking about them L's and them B's and them G's and the T's.
He should have just gone, I'm a lady, and then that would have been good for the LGBTG. The community, the community. I don't know if you've been over, if you've seen them and shit, but it's a nice community. And it would have been good, all the LGBTBL. I try to be inclusive of all the letters in the alphabet.
Everybody in the car respects the T's, but everyone also resents the T's. It's not the T's fault, but everyone in the car just feels like the T's are making the trip take longer.
I'm saying, do you think any of them go, I wonder if those, do you ever think at the meetings they go, could I, because, in their community, the LGBT community, I don't know where it exists, where they have their headquarters, but do you ever think the L's, the G's, and the B's go, I have an idea. The T's, I think it's LGB sounds good. And then somebody else would go, somebody with a hat that looked like Carmen Miranda's would go, no, I like LGBT. And then the other person, you're gonna get a lot of trouble for this segment.
I'm not.
What?
I'm not.
I love everybody. You know what I mean? Without love, what do we got? I don't care if a guy's a guy, a girl, a guy, girl, I couldn't care less. I love them all.
What do you make of...
I'll have sex with any of them.
So you're the B?
Huh?
You're the B?
No, I'm a person that is so tolerant that I would have sex with an L, a G, a B, or a T. Isn't that nice? But I would not have sex with a straight person.
Big show. All my buddies are here. We got
Is that what
Dennis...
you're wearing? Hey, unbelievable.
All my friends are here. We got Norm, Kevin, Dennis Miller.
We're all your rowdy friends.
All my rowdy friends are coming over today.
Hey, Dennis. My wife and I just got home from the big show at the WinStar Casino. We flew from Atlanta to Dallas, then drove up there, and we'd do it again. You were right. It was an amazing night by you three. I can't imagine a better crowd for you guys. I know you say coffee's for closers. Well, you must have had a big pot full. You were the perfect choice to close it out. You couldn't have done better if you wore a red hat. And except for the ladies' endless questions about Norm's pecker, the Q&A was a nice touch at the end of the show. I'll also have to make a special trip back there. That video story you noticed coming in, I understand that after Debbie did Dallas, there's some collector tapes of her in Thackerville. Want one?
Well, first off, it was Wackerville. Secondly, I was just amazed as I was driving in on the freeway. Right next to the casino, there was a DVD porn store.
Yeah.
Saying, who's still doing Dick and Mortar at this point? You can literally, they're building keyboards now with a hole for your penis in between the FDSA and the JKL semi, so you can whack and not get thrown off balance-wise. Yeah, you put a little yoke on your penis, and it fits. It's like a rubber. You ever see when doors seal during a shipwreck?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, you get your penis in there, and there's like a seal, and, it's airtight, and you work, well, at that point, the makers of the keyboard with the penis hole in between the FDSA and the JKL semi encourage you to call it a flesh toggle. I haven't gone that far, and I don't care if it will get me some money off on my next purchase. But your wiener goes right up through there, and you masturbate, and there's an equilibrium to your self-pleasuring that you don't often find, because, you're either right-handed or left-handed, or you're on Jeremy, and that's a whole different thing. Anyway, what's the next one?
Well, no, I just wanted to see what you could share.
That guy was sweet. Thank you, my friend.
About the big show with Spade and, of course, Norm MacDonald.
Well, I am telling you, the 3-hour flight in and the 3.5-hour flight back, And Spade had chartered a plane because he has a show right now. He handed off to whoever's working. And he called me and said, do you have anything? I said, yeah, I can get us there in Fred McMurray's car from Son of Flubber if you want to go. And he said, I'll get an adult jet. But we flew in together, and that's about as hard as I've ever laughed. My back hurt when I got off. Norm's genius. I mean, really, and Spade's brilliant too, but in a much more accessible manner. Norm's like you're out with, Archimedes if he worked Grossinger's or something. God, he was funny. And dark. And, I can't, here, I'll be honest with you. I can't say almost anything that was said because it was so crazy.
Yeah, you told me just a couple things, and you definitely can't say those.
And candid. Whew. And the show itself was good, although I do remember Norm getting into it with some long penis discussion with a woman where I mentally went away for a while. It was the first question. To open it up, some woman comes up, looks like, Andy Griffith's girlfriend. And right away she's into talking about Norm's penis, and he's more than happy to go with that. Norm, but he's the... It's like a cock encounter group or something. Pass it around. So anyway, Spade and I are just sitting there clumsily for around 10 minutes, and, then Norm's into another story about the time his penis was in a road film with Bob Hope. And at that point, we just gave up. But Spade's funny in the middle. Jesus, he's funny. And he's horny, and he's just, it's like... It's like you're reading Gulliver, but they've everybody's on a EDD drip or something. It's like little Lilliputians crawling up your knee. Hey, let's fuck. So anyway, it was a great trip, great time. Good to see the boys, but I don't think we'll be going out again because Norm's too hard to nail down.
Yeah.
And Spudley, like I said, is flush right now. He's got that show for now. How's the show doing?
I think the show's doing well, and let's remind people it's called Lights Out. It's on Comedy Central, I think, at 11:30 Monday through Thursday.
I guess he's busy right now, so I won't bug him, but we should probably see if he'll come on sometime. But don't do it right now. Might give him a couple months. He's got other shit on his mind, and I'll make him feel guilty because we're friends, but... I can't do that.
We're trying to get he and Norm on together because we had thought about doing something there at the casino, but there were too many moving parts, so that did not happen.
Norm invented, that was the first time this country has ever heard, here's the fake news.
That's right.
I mean, right? That's such a big phrase now, but I think you opened the news, which used to kill me, and you never get credit for it. But Norm invented the word, the phrase fake news.
Was this, it's a little Paul Newman going on down there, right?
Mm-hmm. You were
more
handsome.
Yeah, you were handsome.
Huh?
What the happened? Anyway, no, I did Weekend Update.
Have you seen Paul Newman lately?
You do look better.
It's an exciting day here at 30 Rock. The Rosie O'Donnell show premiered today. And I was in its tapes at the same floor as Saturday Night Live on 8H. Mm-hmm. They had flowers sent. There was the whole, it's unbelievable. People must love her. There's flowers all along the entire 8H. Right. All flowers. They're sent by, there was one from Madonna, one from Elizabeth Taylor, Regis and Kathy Lee. I've never seen so many flowers. I didn't even realize you could eat flowers. I didn't even know that. But, no.
Hiya, Rosie. Howdy, you pal.
That's
mighty neighborly of you, Norm.
No, she's
nice
great.
of you to eat all those flowers.
No, she's great. The show is great,
You're screwed now.
Postal authorities removed a cigarette from a photo of blues artist Robert Johnson to help dignify the musician in a new stamp they've issued in his honor. This isn't the first time the post office has altered a photograph. In fact, the original photo used on the Elvis stamp was based on this photo. king enjoying a hoagie. Ted Kennedy says now that he's won re-election, he can finally relax, get off that crazy diet, and really let himself go. New medical research shows that men and women have different food cravings. Men preferring meat and women preferring sweets. Scientists trace this back to caveman days, when men had to go out and hunt for food while women sat on their fat asses eating chocolates. Last week, Duchess of York Sarah Ferguson visited the Big Apple and showed off her 14-pound weight loss. Hopefully, this will not interfere with her official duties of sitting on her fat ass all day long. On a talk show recently, Joey Buttafuoco said of Amy Fisher, "I hope she gets hers and dies in prison like Jeffrey Dahmer. And when she does, I will go out and eat cake." Moments later, however, he admitted, "Look, I'll be honest with you, even if nothing bad happens to Amy Fisher, I'll probably go out and eat cake." In what is considered a remarkably short period of time, the head of the Federal Advisory Board, Dr. Peter Mellman, has given speedy approval to a controversial new anti-obesity drug. It should be noted, however, Dr. Mellman's wife is a fat pig. This week in Minneapolis, the Minnesota Obesity Center officially opened. Its goals? To find ways to identify behaviors that lead to obesity. Also, it's a good place to meet fat chicks. And in California, Christian Brando was released from state prison Monday after serving nearly 5 years for killing his sister's boyfriend. Meanwhile, his father, Marlon Brando, ate 9 pizzas. Well, at a local town meeting in Montpelier, Vermont last week, representatives from the McDonald's Corporation, who want to put a restaurant in a historic district, were booed by angry residents, but they were cheered by the town fat guy. Every town has one, the town fat guy. John Goodman has announced that he will not be returning to Roseanne next year. So how will the show get rid of him on screen? Well, insiders now say that over the last few episodes of the season, Roseanne will gradually eat him. According to a controversial new biography, Elizabeth Taylor likes her lovemaking loud, rough, and frequent. Coincidentally, that's also how she likes to eat. Well, television history will be made this week when film legend Elizabeth Taylor appears as herself on all 4 CBS Monday night sitcoms. It's part of the network's new campaign, Must Eat TV. She enjoys eating. The New York Post has reported that Michael Jackson wants his closest friend in the world, Elizabeth Taylor, to be the godmother of his child. However, those close to the pair worry that this could eventually lead to heated arguments over whether the child will be molested or eaten. Yeah, Ricky Lake, you know, she really is an animal lover, though. She has 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a big ass that follows her around everywhere. Former Wilson Phillips member Carney Wilson's new talk show kicked off this month. According to Carney, her show will be different from the others in that guests will be treated with respect and dignity. And then she will eat them. Talk show host Ricky Lake has announced that she will finally publicly apologize for her role in a destructive anti-fur demonstration. Then she will eat a huge can of frosting. In the new movie Mrs. Winterbourne, talk show host Ricky Lake plays the part of a young mother-to-be. According to film's producers, Miss Lake was so serious about achieving a realistic pregnant look, she forced herself to lose 30 pounds. This week, renowned heart surgeon Michael DeBakey attacked the hypocrisy of Hollywood stars who oppose the use of animals in medical research and yet wear ribbons supporting the war on deadly diseases like AIDS. In response, animal activist Ricky Lake said, quote, "But the red ribbon diverts attention from my gigantic ass." A sad story from the world of entertainment this week. Talk show host Ricky Lake had to get rid of her dog Dudley after the pooch became too aggressive with her 7-month-old son Milo. A clearly saddened Lake said, "It broke my heart to get rid of that dog, but he was delicious." She ate a whole dog. In Virginia, police are looking for a stripper who stabbed a man for telling her she was too fat to strip. Police warn that the woman is armed and extremely fat. At an emotional press conference this week, a now exonerated Richard Jewell spoke about his ordeal as the chief suspect in the Olympic Park bombing. Quote, "I couldn't think straight, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat," he said. Then later he admitted, "All right, I could eat. I couldn't sleep, though. I had trouble." The FBI, still pursuing its investigation of the Olympic Park bombing, has decided to launch an internet web page. Net users can log on to view crime scene photos, leave tips, and try to guess Richard Jewell's weight. Last weekend, in a dramatic rescue off the coast of Long Island, fishermen pulled a 300-pound man from frigid waters. They were alerted by his desperate cries of, "Help, help, I'm starving, I'm starving." Big fat guy. In New Zealand, a convicted swindler who weighs 670 pounds has been sentenced to house arrest because he is too big for prison. According to prison officials, it took 4 inmates just to rape him. Huge man.
Norm, I don't understand something.
What?
You went to a doctor, you said, "Hey, what's with me? I'm around Elle McPherson and I'm not getting aroused."
No, I didn't mention her.
Yeah, but and you started to get concerned that, hey, why am I not getting aroused around these beautiful women?
Yeah, because I used to always get aroused all the time, no matter what. Like, I could see a giant fat woman, like, part of her ass.
Right, and you get excited by that.
Yeah.
Are you on medication of any kind?
No. I just, now I'm just...
Do you need that testosterone patch or something?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it makes you more masculine.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then your hair falls out.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that.
So, Norm, what do you think about?
What?
When you're masturbating?
What do you think about?
Well, you know, like...
Fat woman's ass? No. Like, who do you think? Did you ever think about Elle McPherson?
No.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Who do you think about?
I don't think
girls
about...
you just met.
I'll tell you something. I can't think about, like, girls that I don't think I could have sex with, because I don't have that good an imagination.
Right, it's got to be someone you think you can get.
Right.
That's how I am. Right.
So I sometimes I think of, like, kind of unattractive girls where I'm...
right, when you're doing stuff.
You're
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too, though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like one of the interns here or something I'll think about, because I think that, like, I could definitely get her. You ever think about Rosie O'Donnell when you're doing it?
Good Lord.
No way, right?
Name some names.
Yeah, name some names of who you think about.
You know what Rosie O'Donnell would be good at giving?
What?
Really wide head.
Oh, that's funny. Does Rosie O'Donnell have the biggest head on the planet?
Yeah,
she really does. How much does her head weigh? Do you take a guess?
About her head weight?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that age-old argument, I'm not going to get into.
You're not even going to get into it.
Yeah.
I see. And she's on the new $100 bill. Did you see her picture? It's pretty wild.
Well, more bad news for ice cream moguls Ben and Jerry in their continuing battle with the Food and Drug Administration. This week, the FDA banned their newest flavor, stuff from Ben's beard. Meddling bureaucracy wrecking that. Well, bad news for ice cream moguls Ben and Jerry. This week, the Food and Drug Administration banned their newest flavor, Ben's back hair.
ZZ Top saying that every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man, but you know what they're not crazy about? Gross long beards.
It's funny and true.
That one was written for yours. That was
No,
more
no.
your cadence right there.
No.
But you know what they're not crazy about? Gross long beards.
A new study found that men with beards are more attractive. This is a study that took place at the University of... Yeah, I'll do it another week. It's such a funny joke.
Another week.
A new study found that men with beards are more attractive than men without beards. More great work from the University of Bob Seger. My dad used to call it take a shave. Take a shave! He'd get mad at me.
See, people don't know you the way I know you.
Right.
This guy likes to have a good time.
I like to, I drinks a bit.
That wasn't what I was talking about.
Oh, what were you talking about?
I was just saying you have a good time. It's a real innocent thing to say, and then you get right into the drinking.
Yeah, occasionally I like to drink a beer. I like regular drinks. I don't like.
As opposed to ether? What are you talking about?
What I was talking about is, those shooters? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're shooters and they're like, they have dirty names, like sex names. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they're all called like, the red-headed whore or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the one I like. It's actually named after me. But
I guess the idea is in your head you want to order them because you're drunk. You go, hey, they go, hey, you think maybe you'll get they go, you want a red-headed whore? Yeah, like that, right? You figure Rula Lenska's going to come in, you're going to have, right? You're going to have some dirty sex. But no, what I was going to say was this.
But you like, you said you sometimes you have a little too much to drink, maybe?
One time I drank a super amount, and I'd only been...
A super amount, right?
It was when I was a young guy. I'd only drunk like 8 or 9 times in my whole life. I never had gotten really drunk, but I'd had drinks. And I went out with my buddies and I was drinking, and they were having those crazy drinks. All of a sudden, I was really drunk. And then a guy gave me some pills. Like, he said, hey, you want some pills? And I said, yeah, all right. So I ate the pills. And you're not supposed to eat pills while you drink.
I think even if you're not drinking, it's not a good idea when someone goes, you want a bunch of pills? Yeah.
I know.
Combining the two.
This guy was a decent guy. He was a bouncer. No. But, so I said, yeah, so these pills, they just make you like 100 times drunker. So then oh, man, I'm really drunk. And then, like, time passed, but I don't remember. And then my friends were like, hey, let's go. I'm like, why don't you guys go? Where are you going to, why go? Right? Like, we're in a bar drinking, right? And, like, it doesn't seem right. You don't want to go home, and watch I Love Lucy or something. So you're like, hey, I just stay here. I'll make new friends, right? So I was, like, real drunk, and everybody was, like, cool. It was like a Western. It had a jukebox, one of those. Guy gives you a whole bottle there, and you go, ah. And then...
That's what you do when you're drinking, you a pirate?
And then it was the funnest, man. There was a big fat bearded guy there, and I was hanging with him, real drunk. All of a sudden, right, I'm like, oh, man, I can't remember anything. I remember, like, I sort of falling into a pool table or something like that.
Right.
And then I wake up, right, and it's like I'm in a bed. I look beside, there's the fat bearded guy beside me.
No, really?
Yeah. So I go, oh, Lord God, I had sex with the fat bearded guy, And at the time, like, I never had sex before in my life.
Yeah.
And I always thought it's probably going to be with a lady. You know what I mean? So then, when I looked over, And the weird thing was, instead of us being in the same bed, he's in a separate bed, right? Like, we have two separate
it's
beds.
like twin beds.
Twin beds. So then I'm like, wait a minute, now this is weird, because, you know, why would we be in separate beds? Is he like an old-fashioned gay guy, you know? Right? But
he has the good values, yeah.
So
we're not married yet.
There's no such thing, of course, as an old-fashioned gay guy. They're the most decadent people. So I said, with sex, you know, they enjoy sex like crazy, you know?
We mustn't generalize.
No, we mustn't generalize.
No, but go ahead.
Seriously, they, you know, if there was a bathhouse for straight guys, we wouldn't be able to have sex 9, 10 times a night anyway. So anyways, I'm with, they love sex, it's a good thing. But I'm beside the fat bearded guy. I go, holy Lord. Anyways, it turns out, not a gay man at all. Turns out this guy, when I blacked out, had checked me into a rehab.
No.
Yeah.
And she's in there with you?
Yeah, so I got robes and a slipper, and they wouldn't give me my clothes back. And I had to stay in there for 3 days. And they're like, you're an alcoholic. I go, no, I'm not. And then apparently that's what alcoholics say too, you know? So then, for 3 days, I had to stay there. I had to go to AA meetings, and I'd only been drunk like 9 times. Right? So they're like, "What's your worst one?" I go, "I guess the 9th one was bad, you know."
Right.
That was, and when did you hit bottom? I said, I don't know. The cool part of it was the girls all get up, right, and all their stories are all the same. Whenever they hit bottom,
right.
Every story is the same. They're like, "Oh, when I hit bottom, you know, I a guy for a drink, you know," and you're like, oh. You know, every guy. Yeah.
Couldn't we just take them out of the studio for the Norm part and then bring them back? Get a salad guard up, something?
So anyways.
All right, well, that's a nice story.
No, but it's a serious illness, you know. Alcoholism. It's an illness. It's an illness, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good illness because you get, you know, there's not a lot of illnesses you get to be drunk all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's a corker.
You told me that we should go our separate ways, but